Okay, this is going to be an important update, a lot of progress, and before I get into it, you can see here, this is actually a good segue. I'm going to splice in. The exterior of the building is finally getting painted, so stick with me. I'm going to pause it now. We're going to splice in some of the work getting done on the exterior, and then we'll pick it up. So stay tuned. Okay, so you saw the exterior getting painted. We had to power wash it again because after Ian, the storm, deposited a lot of debris, which had to be power washed. So I can tell you, I think the title of this is going to be mopping, something to do with mopping. Anyway, I want to thank all the clankers that recently joined. Thank you very much, and welcome to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here. And let me go back out here for a sec. If you're new to the channel, this is the collection that's going to be opening up. And I'm shooting for, boy, this has been postponed for a while now. Probably first week of December would be a safe bet because I've had discussions with a driver to pick up a bunch of arcade machines that are sitting in the Midwest right now. And that's going to be sometime in later November. So if that can get accomplished, that would be a huge undertaking, and that would obviously facilitate the opening of this enterprise. Now, here is the front, which you've seen numerous times now. But as you can see here, I actually finally made the decision to get rid of all the RAM board. All that stuff's gone. Actually had myself, my wife, and my brother, we all came here, even though this is going to be professionally cleaned by the contractor once they're done, since the bulk of that type of work that would create debris has been done. I said, you know what, I can't be putting inventory in here with all this dirt and debris floating everywhere because you kick up dust everywhere. And that's unacceptable because it gets into the cases. The cases aren't hermetically sealed. There's big gaps between the glass panels. So therefore I said, you know, it merits cleaning, and you can't keep cleaning. I notice a lot of the dust goes underneath the RAM board. And I do have some extra RAM board that'll be laid down when the big machines come. But for the sake of putting some of these expensive, valuable toys in, I said, let's get this thing clean. So mopping and cleaning has never been so sweet because the place smells great too. We use that Murphy's soap, which smells pretty good. I was actually on my hands and knees doing all this. And why on my hands and knees? Because I did it with a sponge to get all the moldings, the dirt, and the dust that accumulates from the drywall. You can't just get that with a mop. So I just said, I don't care. So I'll show you. All this was done on my hands and knees. I was the only one on my hands and knees, but all the moldings this way were able to be cleaned. And I didn't do it all, but all this area here I did. Of course, this area in here. So you can see all of that janky paper is gone. And look at here. I had given my son this robot a long time ago when he was a wee bit. So being that he is pegged to work this front area, hopefully it'll give him some nostalgia, some member berries, and he'll enjoy seeing them. Now, the other advantage of getting on your hands and knees is that you're putting your eyeballs on all the flaws, and there's a few. By the way, I did have the beginning of the magnetic lock system installed here, so that's where we're going to have everything key coded, and you have to be buzzed in. But I also saw where there's paint drops. I got a lot, believe it or not, as I'm cleaning, I got a lot of paint drops out with my fingernail. I ordered a small but nice table from Amazon, kind of inexpensive, to place here for not only the break, but I also figured that's going to be a nice little area to film the toys, hopefully. It still might be small. And I finally said, you know what, enough of the plastic on the appliances, got that all peeled off. So this is virtually done, unless they change anything on the ceiling, which I hope not. You can see here, I started sprucing it up, a couple of little plants here and there. Not completely done, but now it's functional. It smells clean. You don't have to worry about the dirt everywhere kicking up. And by the way, even though we've exceeded YouTube's, and I'm going to make a separate video about this anyway, but pay attention to this part, please, if you've managed to get this far. YouTube, as far as their partner program, they require 4,000 hours in addition to 1,000 subscribers. So even though I have close to 7,500 hours watched, they don't count a lot of that because they claim, well, some of it came from shorts, some of it's too old, a bunch of BS. You know, they move the goalpost is what they do. So I would ask, if you're a regular subscriber or new, whatever, just freaking put the videos on autoplay, play them all, and this will help build up the hours, because if not, it'll still take forever, because they want to do like a rolling, I think, 20 or 12 months maybe, as far as the 4,000 hour threshold. And I think I'm only at around 3,000 hours when it comes to the rolling. But anyway, now you can see here. So anyway, thank you if you paid attention to what I just said. And, you know, like I said, open up a tab, click the channel, hit play all, let them just play. You don't have to watch them, just let them play. So you've noticed that I've started to put toys in here. These bins were packed in 2019 from, I guess, my earlier collection, not the newer stuff I've added, but anything in the plastic that I packed from, geez, some of this goes back to New York, but I haven't unearthed these, opened them, unpacked them in at least 2.5 years, maybe going on 3. So you can see here, for instance, and I marked them. So I have a book and I have these letters, and this tells you what's in there. The Super Cycle, Space Robot Car, Lavender Robot. But anyway, I finally started moving them from another house I have close by, and you can see here, my first thing in the main case, I have an orange tremendous mic. I don't mind showing you this because this is stuff I've shown you before. And there's a couple of custom robots. I decided to put 2 of the oil paintings here because this is predominantly robot focused. And you can see some other things I packed here. You know, this is Chief Smokey. So obviously skirted robots are going to be a big part of this case. Now, there's a lot of height here. I don't know if I'm going to have to readjust the shelves. That's going to be work in progress to figure that out. And I'm just going to let you know, this here is a very rare toy. There's only a couple in the world. I made a video on this, oh geez, back in at least 2 years ago. And I'm going to premiere this Christmas Day. And the reason I didn't want to show it because, you know, it's one of those pieces you want people to actually come here to see. But I figured, you know what, for my Christmas special, assuming that this place is open by then, I said, what the hell? Let's do like a Christmas special, even though the video is dated. Like I said, it's a couple of years old. I think you'll get a kick out of it. So that's what's going to be. And I don't know if this is going to be the case for it. That there, I'm going to show you briefly, and that's all you're going to see. That's another one that nobody even knows that toy exists. And I don't know that I'll ever make a video of that. That's going to be one of those, you have to come here and see it in person. Because, you know, or else what's the point? What's the point if I reveal everything? You know, there has to be some special stuff. Now, I'm stumbling because I can tell you, see, over by the wheel, I have a full-size robot behind there. And I think I will show you that, but I'll do a separate video on that. Because you know what? It merits its own video. And here, no changes. Although I am waiting for the fortune tellers from Morphy's auction. So hopefully they'll get off their keister. And I think Mike Hasanov at Vintage Coin Up Restoration has another, it's called The Hand. So once I get those, I can kind of finalize the space and see if there's any decorations I could put on the walls for this turn of the century stuff. That's going to be kind of a challenge too. And this is supposed to be my case for the pre-war toys. And hopefully it'll accommodate them all. So besides that, if I needed the room, I'd have to move it. Now, I want to show you the theater room because it looks really kick-ass now. I did show you this. And the reason I'm showing this again is for the new subscribers, especially the Clankdom subscribers. I want you to kind of see what's going on. So here's the theater room. And as you notice, there's a little bit of an addition. We have a King Kong 3-sheet, which is taller than me. Hopefully, that won't fall off and crush somebody. It really is gargantuan. And I finally decided where to put the Robbie half sheet. I said, let's stick it in the theater. Let's stick it in the theater room because you know what? This is movies after all, right? And Forbidden Planet is one of the key movies for robot aficionados. And here's the seating, which I think I showed you. And we also did finally get the matching plant. The wonder of little things over there. My pineapple-looking plant, although it's some kind of floor plant. But yeah, I think other than having some kind of apparatus there for popcorn or something like that, some kind of coffee stand. Well, not coffee, because that's in the break room. But anyway, so the theater room is virtually done. And I do need some seats here, though, too, by the way. We have to have a couple more seats. Maybe I'll just find some really comfortable chairs, low-lying chairs that people can sit here. If I can get at least 4 chairs across here. If you have any suggestions on some kind of small, comfortable theater chairs or chairs that would be comfortable, that would match the color scheme, which I'd say it'd have to be kind of like probably black or that bluish color. Yeah, and then we're good to go here. We are good to go. And anyway, I thought that the lack of that disgusting RAM board that was, chewed up, filthy, smelly, just eliminating that crap made such a difference. Not to mention it smells great. Now, here's the other oil painting. And, when you look at these side by side, I decided to put it next to this giant Robbie 3-sheet. Look at, first of all, the colors sort of like complement each other, the greenish teal. But you got this alien here. He's holding this blonde. And you got Robbie holding the blonde. And it almost looks like he's shooting at Robbie. So I thought that they really played well off each other. Then I had to lose the exit sign. But I'll have to remount it over there. I had to peel it off and, because it was in the way. But after all my bitching and moaning about that exit sign, we can remount it back there. And it worked out good. So now I have like these 2 aliens going at it. So again, like no more of this crappy RAM board. Now, again, because I've shown you some of this before, these are the predominantly, and I have some Shibakan custom pieces coming, but these are all the Yamashita. There is a new one here, which you probably never saw before. This is National Kid. Also by Yamashita. These are all Yamashitas, but I mentioned Shibakan, who's another creator in the same vein. I do have some that are boxed that I'm going to be adding in here. And at some point, hopefully I'll add some of my more favorite rig and Ghosties robots in here too. The metal stuff. And the Astro Boy shelf, because I've made videos of almost all these, you can see here. There's a lot more toys in here. And I think I have to figure out a way to squeeze 3 more toys in here. So you can see here. And let's see where the switch is. And then over here on this case, now this isn't finalized. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep it like this, but I decided to put the Atom Jet. That National Kid is a hand-painted prototype by Osaka Tin Toy. I haven't made a video of that. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should have previewed it without making a video, but you have it now. And this was just some of my idea. Now, I'm kind of reluctant to put Robbie in here, but you know what? He goes with all these moon cars, so for now. And these are all original boxes. That Space TV unit is the really exceptionally rare version of that toy. I don't know if I've made a video of that either. I think I did. This is the Mars Trip, the original box. I've only seen that box twice in my life. So that's ridiculously rare as well. I actually have 3 of those, if you could believe it. And the box for that Space TV unit is unbelievably rare as well, as is the mechanized robot box. And then all the way back there, I found this just floating around. And this is actually very rare too. That one of those putt-putt, you light a candle and it moves. Going on to this cabinet here, I started adding some monster toys. I can't find my freaking haunted house, if you could believe it. But here's Godzilla and Garon, or no, Jiras, I'm sorry. King Kong, the albino gorilla, the Yeti, 2 of my better trees. And I have like 4 or 5 trees, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit any more. And of course, Frankenstein. I have 2 Frankensteins. I'm not sure if I have the brown shoe version. And I also have 2 Snappy the Dragons, and I have to unpack the other one to see. I think this is the better box. It's 100% original, no restoration. The other one had some restoration, and I'm not quite sure which one of these dragons is better yet until I unpack the other one. Well, when I say which one is better, you don't even have the other one in front of you. I haven't seen it. And I actually have to load batteries in this one and see if he works even. I haven't done that yet, but now I have all this floor space. That's why I said it'll be a lot easier to make videos, especially anything on the floor. I have a lot of room here. And finally, as we kind of head to the exits, finally peeled off that disgusting, all that stuff off of here. And you can see the counters. I moved the tin head poster there. I had an opportunity. And then I found this. I mean, this is stuff from just unpacking my stuff from years and years ago that was packed. This is the original art by Robert Whitmire that made the box art for the Changing Prince robot that I custom made with John at the Robot Hut. So I framed it a long time ago. A long time ago. And those are the pieces that I used to create the box. And this was the wrong plant that I had got for the theater. So now I have it in here. I have one other rack that I'm putting in there. But now you see how clean everything looks? Looks like an actual functional location here. And then nothing going on in my office yet. I put I did buy this Dyson V10, which is supposed to last an hour to vacuum. Oh, and I have a video coming up on this guy. And I couldn't find the ball, but now I found this. So you're going to see the video. It's already posted. I don't know when it's going to hit. Unfortunately, it's going to post without that. But you know what? You'll see the video. So let me do this. I'll show you. There. Now you see it with the light on the head. Again, I hate to give these things away, but I don't know exactly where I'm going to put this. This is a early 1970s Seiko advertising piece, for lack of a better term. And again, like for the new subscribers, if you're made it this far, like this is, the purpose of the collection in this channel is to save non-woke culture, save culture, the cool stuff, early anime, the cool toys, the stuff that had like no agenda. It was like literally just to play and have fun with before people were all wigged out and crazy. Like, when kids would play with a million guns and there were no school shootings and things like that. Think about it, like how far we've regressed as a society. It's like shocking when you think about it. But like, we can kind of harken back to the time when people had fun at the movies with minimal messaging. There was always some BS going on, some propaganda, but not to the level that it is now. And that's it, man. That's a look at the latest update. I always say this might be the last update. This could very well be. The reason I don't mind showing some of the toys is because a lot of these toys are already shown on videos. So I don't feel like I'm giving much away by including them in the video. So anyway, thanks as always for joining, and welcome to the new subscribers. I greatly appreciate you being here. And again, just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, but also help me out with and I'm going to remind you a few times in the forthcoming videos, but play the videos, auto play them so I can get my hours watched up quick, so I can get in this stupid program and then just get like more exposure. And with that, thanks again, my friends. I'll talk to you later.